The northern savanna of Ghana shimmered gold beneath the relentless sun, the earth cracked and warm underfoot. The village of Kpaliga was small, its mud brick huts clustered around the great baobab at its center. Here, people lived in rhythm with the land, planting millet with the rains, listening to the rivers and honoring the spirits of their ancestors. But something was wrong. Crops wilted under the sun, rivers had turned to shallow streams, and sickness whispered through the village like a shadow. 17-year-old Abena had always been different. While others helped with daily chores, she wandered the forests, listening to the wind, feeling the pulse of the earth beneath her feet and watching the dance of animals among the tall grasses. Her grandmother, Amma, had often warned, "The forest is alive, child. It watches, it listens. One day it will call you and you must answer." That day came under a blood-red moon. Its glow stretched long shadows across the village as a voice whispered through the harmattan wind. "Abena, Abena." She clutched the talisman left to her by Tano, the guardian serpent of the forest, and stepped into the darkness. The forest transformed around her. Trees towered into jagged spires, their leaves shimmering like emerald fire. Rivers twisted like liquid glass, reflecting stars that didn't exist in the night sky. Shadows darted at the edge of her vision, alive with intent. She followed the voice to the ancient baobab, where Yaa, the cloaked kologo player, waited. His robe shimmered like midnight skis, and the kologo in his hands vibrated, strumming out a melody older than memory. "The land suffers," he said. "Spirits have grown restless. You must journey through hidden realms to restore balance." Abena swallowed, fear and determination warring in her chest. "Where do I start?" Yaa pointed to a glowing path unfurling beneath the baobab roots. "Step forward and trust your heart." The path pulled her down into the forest's hidden world. Shadows stretched into impossible shapes, rivers ran uphill and the air shimmered with magic. A shadow wolf, larger than any she had seen, blocked her path. Its eyes glowed molten gold. Its growl made the very ground quake. Heart pounding, Abena raised the kologo. She played a melody she had never known, yet somehow remembered. A song of Najibiwa, of kings and warriors, of the balance between humans and spirits. The wolf paused, ears twitching. Then, in a swirl of shadows, it became Kofi, a guardian spirit sent to test the courage of travelers. "You are brave," Kofi said, voice soft but firm. "But courage alone will not save you. You must see and hear the forest as it truly is." Together, they journeyed deeper. Forests twisted into labyrinths of vines. Rivers whispered secrets that tickled their ears, and cliffs carved themselves into impossible staircases. Every leaf glimmered with latent magic, every animal a guide or warning. Abena could feel the forest breathing around her, alive with energy she could barely control. As they neared the cave of ancestors, suspense thickened. A cold mist rose and the forest fell unnaturally silent. Shadows moved independently, circling, whispering. "You cannot save them. You will fail." Abena's hands trembled, clutching the talisman, but Kofi nudged her forward. The talisman glowed bright, illuminating the path as whispers turned to screams. The shadows formed humanoid figures with eyes like burning coals, their elongated fingers clawing at her courage. The forest had become a maze, twisting, looping, trapping them. For a moment, doubt clawed at her. Could she truly restore balance? Then she remembered the song of her ancestors. She lifted the kologo and played again, letting the ancestral melodies flow through her. The shadows hesitated and a glowing path appeared, threading through the illusions. Every note was a heartbeat of the land itself, every rhythm a lifeline. At last they reached the cave of ancestors. The entrance yawned like a beast, jagged and ancient. Inside, the spirit of Asase Yaa, the Earth Mother, waited. Her form towered, built of roots, flowing soil and water glistening like molten silver. Her eyes burned with golden fire. "Abena," she boomed, "the balance is broken. A human has betrayed the sacred pact, poisoning rivers and desecrating the forest." From the shadows emerged Oba, a sorcerer whose hunger for power had upset the natural order. His staff pulsed with black energy, and darkness seemed to bleed from his cloak. "The forest is mine," he hissed, "and I will command it as I please." The battle began. The cave trembled. Trees twisted into living spikes, rivers turned to fire, and roots lashed like serpents. Abena dodged, countered with the power of her kologo, each note creating shields of shimmering light. Kofi became a spectral wolf, his glowing form a streak of silver against the darkness. Together, they weaved spells with song and motion, countering Oba's attacks. Oba vanished, striking from multiple directions. The illusions of the forest grew dizzying. Abena's heart raced, her mind threatened by fear and doubt. Then the talisman pulsed with warmth, and a whisper reminded her, "Trust the forest, trust yourself." She closed her eyes, let the forest energy flow into her, and played a new, fierce melody, the song of balance, courage, and ancestral power. Oba's attacks faltered. Kofi lunged, and together they trapped the sorcerer beneath the roots of the baobab, binding him with ancestral magic. The cave trembled and then stilled, light flowing like liquid into every corner. Asase Yaa's form softened, her fiery gaze turning gentle. "Balance is restored," she said. "Guardianship is eternal. Teach your people to honor the land, or darkness will return." When Abena returned to Kpaliga, she was more than a girl. She was a guardian. Rivers flourished, crops thrived, and the villagers learned the songs and dances of the ancestors. Travelers came from afar to hear the tale of the girl who walked between worlds, spoke to spirits, and faced monsters with courage and ancestral wisdom. Beneath the great baobab, she played her kologo, melodies flowing into the forest, where faintly the hiss of Tano acknowledged her triumph. Yet somewhere in the shadows, Oba stirred, reminding her that vigilance and courage must be eternal, and the bond between humans and spirits must always be honored. And so the legend of Abena, Guardian of Kpaliga, grew, a story of courage, magic, and the eternal dance between humanity and the mystical forces of the land.